I'm no stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked. By the way, just got in town, and I won't let you me the sky. It's all in the sky. Who am I by? Usually I don't do this. Oh, hey. But this recruiting isn't an option. I know these words. Baby, I wonder. Baby, I wonder. Put your sweat on. Hey. I left the plug, I made the call. Talking late night for you. Every day, break down for you. Don't hesitate, no, don't. Just say you will. I'm doing chill. This is not the song. Just say you will. I'm doing chill. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Earth is School. How is everyone? Welcome to the greatest podcast, the greatest, most useful, most resourceful human podcast to exist in the history of podcasting. I'm putting on oil right now. Can you see this? Stress relief. It's called stress away, not stress relief. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Earth is School. I am your host, De La Soul. How are you guys? I wonder if there's a different layout. Maybe not. Welcome, you guys. We have, like usually, we have a pretty good topic today that I cannot wait to get into. And so, yes, let me know where y'all are listening from. If this is your first time listening and watching now, because I am challenging myself to do video for the next 7 days. If this is your first time watching the show, I'm your host, De La Soul. And this is my podcast, Earth is School, where I talk all things human events and human. When I say human events, I mean like events within self, within your journey. And just all things communication and life. Really, the show speaks for itself. Earth is School. And I like to break down really complicated situations and things that we run into, very relatable topics. And I like to break down the psychology of them, what they mean, where they come from. And on every episode, you're going to get some insight, some growth. You're going to walk away feeling more open, more intentional about your life. This show is all about being intentional. And so, yeah, that's what Earth is School is about. Love, peace. I love your name. Shalom. Can't stay long in break. Oh, okay. Please come back and watch the replay. The replays are lit, okay? Don't sleep on the replays, y'all. Yes, every single day, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you will see me on here doing my thing. All right, so before we get into the topic, let's do our breathing. I'm going to walk you through how to do this amazing spinal fluid breathing. For those of you who don't know, every single day, twice a day, your spinal fluid has, your spinal cord has this really nutrient-filling liquid. You guys can pull up Jim Carrey talking about this. I forgot the word that he uses because he doesn't know the scientific term. So he calls it something else. I think he calls it juice or something. But he's talking about spinal cord fluid. and it goes into your brain. It feeds your brain twice a day. And so when you do this exercise, it strengthens your core and it pushes the spinal cord fluid up into your brain, feeding your brain. And we do this to release anything that we've been holding on to all day. So it's really good work. All right. On 3, let's do this. We're going to breathe in, and I'm going to instruct you to do the rest. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Breathing in. Suck it in. Suck it in. Your navel should be pushing to your back. Up, up, up. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. And release. Nice. Nice. So the second one that we do is a little bit more strength that we use, a little bit more pull. Okay, so give it your all, and we're going to hold it a little bit longer. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Pulling up. Up, 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 up. In, pulling in. I don't like this angle. Pulling in. That's right. Hold it just a little bit longer. And release. Good job. Good deal. Okay, that's better. This angle is better. So yes, guys, we're going to get into today's topic. I'm pretty excited about this topic. This is one of my favorite subjects. I feel like I say that on every episode. It's my favorite subject. Every subject is my favorite subject. If you can relate to it, it's my favorite subject because this is all about human shit, okay? What are we going to talk about today? What did I name this topic today? I don't even know what I named it. Everyone is creative. I guess that's the name. Everyone is creative. We're going to talk about how every single one of you are creative. Okay, wait. Let me tell y'all this. Y'all know I'm here in Africa, in Senegal. The rainy season has just ended, and there are some real alien bugs, y'all. Okay? Let me give this disclaimer right quick. There's some, I'm hearing something, and it's sounding like an alien. And that's what these bugs be looking like and sounding like. So, I'm just letting y'all know that if I get up and start running, I'm not playing no games. I'm telling you, like, they're coming through the crevices of things. Like, oh my God, that's a whole nother thing to talk about, okay? But I'm just letting y'all know because I just heard something. And if y'all just see me sprinting out of here, it's because one of these damn alien bugs then came. Okay. Everyone is creative. Every single one of you is creative. So first of all, I wanted to talk about this because I feel like I have so many conversations with adults who don't connect with being creative. Like we literally be telling ourselves and others, oh, I'm not creative. Oh, that's not me. I don't have any creativity. And that is crazy. It's a big lie that you tell yourself and others because there's a misconception. We think that creativity, and to be a creative person, you have to be someone that is painting or dancing or making music, some kind of artist. Misconception to the fullest. And I think that when adults tell ourselves that we are not creative, it is another way that we stand in the way of being open to receive, because you think that you have to be a certain way or do a certain thing to be creative. And you are like you are creativity. Like you were created, and your very existence and your very being is creativity. All the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you are creating things. So this episode is about breaking down the misconception of what being creative is and why you as a human, you have to stand in your creative power, because I'm going to get into it. That's why. Your locks are so thick and gorgeous. Thank you. Oh my gosh. You guys have been complimenting me on my locks so much, and I'm just so happy about it. About this journey. I have really been y'all been gassing me on my locks. I appreciate that. Love Peace says, I am very creative. Okay, I love that. I feel like this is an affirmation that we should be adopting. Notice I said affirmation, right? We should be saying, I am very creative, even if you don't feel like you are. You definitely should. So, you are creativity, right? You were created. So, how can you not be creative? You were created. Like, of course, you are a creation within yourself. The very essence of what brought you into this world and you just coming into existence is creativity. But then, where you started at as a child, like, what child is not creative? It doesn't exist. Every single child is operating on the right side of their brain, which is our creative side, right? Your left side is your logical brain, left logic, right is creativity. And there isn't a child on earth right now that is between the ages 0 and 7 that is not operating on the right side of their brain and that is not in full creativity for the majority of the day. So, like, without a doubt, the first 7 to 10 years of your life, you were operating solely on creativity. There's no way that you did not come here to be creative, for this to be something that you didn't even have to be trained to do. Children are just natural creativity people, right? Individuals, right? They're naturally creative. So it's impossible to not be that. So I talked about how adults assume that they are not creative if they don't create art. Okay, skipping through all of that because sometimes I'll be going ahead of what I wrote. But literally, you in existence is creativity. So you're more creative than you let yourself believe. And creativity is not about art. It's not about music. You are creating thoughts all the time. You're creating ideas. We create businesses. You create solutions for yourself and others. How many of you guys are the people in your circle or in your family that is always has the solution? How can you be solution based and you're not a creative? You're definitely creative. We are also creating problems. We're also creating chaos and scenarios that aren't even real. This is how much creativity is you. Like you and me and us and we are creativity. Creativity and just the word creative should be a synonym for human being. Like, we can just stop calling ourselves humans and just call ourselves creatives. Like, that's how real it is, okay? That's how divinely connected you are to the purpose of creating. Hey, Tiffany. Okay. She said, talk that shit. Yes. Okay. So you create chaos, you create anxiety. Creation is what you are. It's everything. So we came here for two things. I always say this. Maybe some of you guys are tired of hearing me say this, but I'm gonna always say this. We came here for two things, right? This is what Earth is School is really about. We came here to learn and we came here to create. That is why you are here. If I was to sum up your purposes in one, this is what your purpose for being an earthly individual, for being into existence. You came here to learn, which is growth. That's another synonym for growth. And you came here to create. So as I went down those lists of things that you create in, it says those things are life. It's the same thing. You're just living your life. And while you're living your life, you are creating. So this is us getting away from the idea that you have to be a person that is an artist. You got to be good at abstract painting and, all these other illusions that define you being a creative individual. It's just not the truth. So why is this important to grasp? Because when you don't create as a human being, you are unhappy. A lot of people are not happy with where they are because you are not creating what you want. You're not in your creative zone. You're not creating the life that you want. You're not creating the things that you want, the garden that you want, the home that you want, the reality that you want. You are creativity. So it's important to grasp the importance of you being you living in your creative divine self, because if you don't, you will forever go through spouts of depression and unhappiness. You will always feel this void and this emptiness inside of you because you came here to create. You are creation. So imagine a life without us creating. What the hell? Like seriously, let's just sit here for a second. What would life be if we were not creating? Like, what would it be? It would just be like a blue sky, and then like, I don't even know, like like that'd be it. It'd just be like whatever colors are already here in existence. But everything else, it wouldn't even be here. It just wouldn't even make sense. Right? That shows you that we are creative beings. And when you are not in your creative zone, when you're not living in your potential creativity, then you're not living up to what you're meant to be. And you can feel that. That's what I love about this human experience, is that we can really feel it. You might not be able to put your finger on exactly what that emptiness is all the time, but that's what it is. It's because you are not creating. It's because you don't feel like, even whenever we say, well, I just don't feel like I am where I need to be, you are saying that you are not creating what you want. Like, without knowing it, that's what we're saying. That's how much this is your thing, right? So creating is healing, whether you realize it or not. As humans, we must create, or I pretty much just said that, or we'll be going through spouts of depression, right? So creating is healing. Creating is healing. This is how we heal so many things that need to be healed in our life. Wouldn't be no money, right? Green, green, magenta, royal blue. None of that, okay? Right? It wouldn't even be here. Like, look at this place. Like, we created this. That's amazing. Like, what the world is today, we created it. That's crazy. So it could be that garden that you're waiting to create, or that playhouse, or that bar in your house. It could be a particular life or lifestyle. So I kind of mentioned that already as well. It could be something so simple. You could be like, okay, I just been wanting to get this garden started. I just been wanting to do this garden in my house or in my backyard. Something so simple to something so big. Maybe it's a business. Maybe it's something that you've been focusing on, creating some type of relationship between you and your child or something. Like, everything is creation. I could just go on and on with these examples. So, how to become more creative? Opening yourself to the idea and the opportunity of creating. So that is trying new things, that is exploring, that is stepping outside of your comfort zone, and create what you like, even if you like. Okay, yeah, so that's the thing. Don't go off of, like, if I have the money or not, if I have the skill or not, if I'm in the city or not. Don't go off of that. If you want to open yourself up to being more creative, you have to create as if it was so easy to create. Like, just imagine if you could just push a button and you would create this thing, whatever that thing is. Go with trying to create that. Like, don't try to limit yourself based on, your income and what you have and what you don't have. Don't try and do that. This is one way that you step more into how to be more creative, because so many of us are like really living with that illusion that we're not creative. I mean, I've argued with adults about this. They're like, I'm not creative. That's you. You're the creative one. I'm like, what is this? You're looking at creativity like it's an art, and you are art. You're okay. So that means that you're looking at art like it is this specific thing, and it's really not. So to step into your zone, you definitely want to push the envelope, and you don't want to let money or anything stop you. Think from of what you want to create. Don't think of. So this has to do with manifesting too. I always say, think from what you want. Don't think of what you want. Think from what you want. So even if it is something like, one thing I want to do is I want to do pottery, right? And this is more of an artsy creative thing, right? But this is just something I want to do. So I want to do pottery. I don't know what it is. I feel like I might have made pottery in another life or something, but I just feel so connected to something that I've barely even done. I did pottery like one time in high school, and then I did it like 10 years ago when I was living in LA. And it's just something about it that I know I did this before. And I just know that when I have my pottery wheel, my spinning wheel, and all that, I don't know what's going to happen to my life, but something great is going to take place inside of me. Okay. Some of you guys feel this way about certain things, right? It could be anything, but some of you guys have these things that it's just like way in the back of you. Like you have to put it on the back burner because you're working and you're dealing with kids or you're moving from house to house, whatever the situation is, right? So for me, I haven't focused on this, but this is what I said I'm going to do before this year is up. I really am going to focus on creating this thing of me doing this pottery wheel thing. So if I don't have the means to buy the pottery wheel, I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to be in the even flow of me being able to do this. So I'm going to pull up videos about how this is done. I'm going to really like almost obsess over it. I'm going to put this thing in my world. And I know it sounds crazy, but I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to just use this as an example and give y'all proof. And I'm going to upload a video in like a month or less. And I'm going to be doing my pottery wheel thing, okay? Because what happens is as my mind is creating scenarios around this thing that I want as if it's already here, the thing is coming to me. The thing is literally like I'm here and it's here and this is what's going to happen, okay? It's like magic. So don't let anything limit you. If you cannot get that thing right now, then think of it. Create the thoughts surrounding that thing, okay? Go online and put it all up in your space. Another thing is tapping into your child self. So you can also start to be more creative by hanging out with children. If you don't have children, then you can still get some things and just start doing your creative thing. So let's say that what you want to create has nothing to do with art, okay? Let's say that it doesn't have to do with you being playful on that level, right? But even though it doesn't seem like it's connected, if you tap into your childlike self just by spending time playing with your children, then you will begin to open yourself up to being more creative. Your ideas will flow easier. Think about how children create. When children create, I mean, I believe that children are the ones that created abstract painting because it's a fearless thing. They don't think about it. They're not overthinking it. They're just doing it. And let's say that you want to focus on creating a business, you have to be in this mindset. So detaching from your logical, analytical work self and just spending an hour or two creating with your children is going to put you in that position of that even flow of creativity. You're going to be more open and ideas are going to come to you easier and you're going to execute them with less overthinking. Okay? So I think that was only like 2 or 3 ways, but it's not, I don't think you have to do a lot of work because you are creativity. So I don't believe that you need to like unlike a lot of things, you don't really have to like discipline yourself to do this. You just have to open yourself up to exploring those things that you know that you want to do, that maybe you didn't even think that you could do it. Maybe you did it when you were younger. Maybe you want to crochet. Like even that, like don't even choose things that like maybe you're thinking like, okay, I don't really have something specific. So just choose something. Just choose something that's creative. And it's going to start to put you in that even flow of creativity, that open mind of just creating without creating resistance. So remind yourself how fun creating is and how important it is to feed that child inside of you. And I'm always jumping ahead of what I write because I just be flowing. But but that's pretty much how I wanted to end this session, this podcast. Sorry, y'all. I do sessions with people all day. So I'm always saying sessions. I'm always saying that I'm in a session because I feel like I'm in a session all the time. So most definitely, just to stay on that vibration of creativity, you need to fearlessly explore, fearlessly get yourself out of your comfort zone and stop connecting creativity with you having to be an artist. I think adults think that after you get out of your child ages, that you have to be trained and you have to be this professional, this perfectionist of creativity. And you couldn't be any further from the truth. This couldn't be any further from an illusion when it comes to this, seriously. So let me know if you guys have any questions or anything that you want to share about creativity. How do you guys feel in your creative zone? Do you feel like you are living in your true creative potential? If you ever notice like how a lot of children movies with adults in it, it'll be it'll be movies where like the children can see like a make-believe person, or the children can use their imagination. Peter Pan is a really good example, and the adults in Peter Pan can't see, like they don't believe until they start to, and then all of a sudden they're living in this imaginary world. I think Baby Genius, I think it's the movie Baby Genius or something is just like that. There's a movie called Bogus like that. There is a the Little Princess movie. I mean, there's a lot of movies revolved around children who are operating on their right side of their brain mostly, and they're in their open creative flow, and adults who have been focused more, been programmed so long to be on our left side and only believing things that we see. And then these adults end up tapping into their child self, and all these amazing things start happening. They start going on these adventures. They can fly. all this, all these beautiful events start taking place. And I really believe that that is, when you see that in movies, it's just really people that know the secret. Like they know the secret to this thing. And that is that you have to be in your childlike element in order to open yourself up to creativity. So yes, it's a real thing. I definitely try to stay in my flow. For me, dancing is my thing. So if I'm not feeling creative enough, if I'm feeling like there's some emptiness inside of me, then I'll push myself to dance, and that always gets me flowing. And sometimes I can't push myself to dance. I'll color with the kids. I'll do Legos with them. I'll just like, we'll go on the rooftop or somewhere, and I'll just be a kid with them. Like we'll hold hands and run around in circles, like just letting go, just constant letting go. That's what this is all about anyway. Your journey here is all about letting go and creating. Put simply. All right, you guys. Look at me doing good on my time. It's 27 minutes. Hey. I appreciate you guys. Please hit that thumbs up button right now. If you appreciated this live, if this episode fed you something good, if you feel like others can be fed as well, then hit that thumbs up and share. Okay, K-Bye. K-Bye says it's not easy with the world telling us to always run after money. Oh my God, yes. But I think when you are aligned with your creativity, you attract money and not chasing it. This is spoken from a true creative individual. Because if you are an artist, then you know the artists fight. The artists fight to allow your passions and your creativity to make you money. It's a constant thing. That's why they call it starving artists. So that's a real thing. And school will definitely teach you, society, our parents, because they were taught to be about chasing the money, think logically, numbers. And it's important for you to get the money. Obviously, that's a big thing. But if you're chasing something, that means it's always running from you. You can't be chasing. Ugh, look at this random ass bug. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna do a video and show y'all, okay, about what is up with these bugs. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait till K-Bye comes back, y'all. We're gonna do an episode. I'm gonna show y'all these alien bugs that be out here. They probably normal to him. They're probably normal to all the locals, but I'm having a real problem. Me and the kids are like, ah! But yes, definitely you have to know that if you are needing to get to a place of financial freedom, and you also are a creative person, you have to find that balance, because if you don't, you'll end up losing yourself. This is the battle of so many of us, where you're working so much and you're so focused on making your money, and then you lose your creative side. And it's like, at the end of the day, get your money, but you want to get the money and get into the position where your money is making itself, and where your creativity, your passions and stuff can make your money. Otherwise, you are, you're just working, working, working. Right. They be like, girl, it's our space. Exactly. Seriously. Oh my God. So yes, thank you, K-Pop, for coming in and sharing that, because that's a real word. It's the biggest challenge. I think that's why so many adults think that they're not creative, and think that they're not meant to do creative things, or why we have such a large scale of us, like with the misconception of what creativity is, like not understanding that you are always creating though. Like, that's what do we think manifesting is? We think manifesting is like creating your dreams, or like manifesting is like what you want. But the truth is that you're always manifesting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're manifesting good, bad, ugly, pretty, all that. All the time you're manifesting. That's what creation is. A synonym for manifesting is creation. Before we were going with the trendy words of manifesting, we were calling it creating. So it's something that you're always doing, whether you like it or not. But are you creating intentionally? Are you creating what you want? I'm looking at this bug down here, y'all. It's such a distraction. So yes, please hit the thumbs up. Share this episode. It is free to share. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for coming through. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Earth is School every single day. Every single day here at De La Soul. And don't forget that Earth is School. I wish I could see this bug. It's looking at me. It's like, girl, in the live, in the show. All right, y'all. Peace out. I love you guys. Talk to you soon.